Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. One more Monday. Here we are. Oh, man. Let's get started this. So where you are, just put your hands together like this and do this. Let's get the blood going and flowing. Come on. Come on, Galit. Yes. Uh, let's get the blood flowing up and down. Well, great to have you here. Good morning. Happy Monday. Oh my goodness, here we are today, February 26th. We have 4 more days to finish the month of February. And it's going fast. Like it's going really fast. It feels like the year just started another day, and here we are getting to the end of February. I am in my morning routine. One of the things that I do is to read. And I committed myself to, again, this year, read 100 books again, because I did 2 years ago. Last year, I read half of it. Like I read 48 books. But this year, I'm getting back to reading 100 books again. And I'm revisiting a lot of the books that I already read. So I'm revisiting again the book called Atomic Habits. And one very interesting thing that as I'm reading today, he was talking about is that if you are having trouble changing your habits, the problem isn't you. If you're having trouble changing your habits, the problem isn't you. The problem is your system. Now, a lot of us, we have goals. And goals, they show where we are going. But systems, they show us how to get there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So what I want to stress this morning is that a lot of us, and when I say a lot of us, I'm always preaching to myself. So I look in the mirror first and we face the challenge. Are we going to give up and turn back? Now, we can do that, but a lot of times you already went too far. Like you're in the middle of the ocean. I mean, you're halfway. If you go back or you keep going, it's exactly the same distance. So what do? Let's keep plowing through. Let's keep moving forward. And this reading this morning, I'm just talking about Atomic Habits, the book, and I'm revisiting this book again. And I'm like, I know where I'm going. I can see the destination. I believe it. So much so that I already behave as my future self in so many different occasions. But right now, with all the challenge that I'm going through, especially because of decisions that I made in my real estate investing career, they are holding me back, like big time. But it's not holding me back that is not allowing me to keep moving. But when I put something in my mind, like, oh my goodness, I'm going to do this, and this is big, and going to bring me great results, immediately the challenge comes, hey, but I am here. What this person and this person and this person and this person is going to say, because again, this challenge that you're facing, Sandro, is directly related to these individuals. And then we are like myself, that fear comes. It's like, oh my goodness. And then I have to come and say, no, my system is broken. So instead of support the pressure, I'm changing my mindset in the sense of I have to change the significance. And very often I am awake like 4:30 max every single day since November 1st. So last night, I decided to push a little bit the time that I was going to bed, because usually 9:30, I'm already in bed. So, no, I don't want to wake up at 4:30 again. I don't even need a phone or an alarm to wake me up. I just wake up. I'm gonna push a little bit. I'm gonna sleep passing 11. It was 11:25 when I finally turned the light off. And guess what happened? I was up again at 4:30. And the craziest thing is that when I wake up, like I open my eyes, it's not that I'm like waking up and I'm stretching. No, no, no. Like I wake up and my mind is like boom, 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 bombarded by the challenge that I have to solve. Oh my goodness. Like some of the challenges they are for my reality right now, they're like enormous. I have today to have a very difficult conversation with one of my projects partners because the accountant left, like quit. The partner that takes care of finances, she's going through surgery, and it'll be a very difficult recovery process. So she don't have the capacity. She doesn't have the capacity to keep doing the finances. And the other partner, she takes care of the tenants, but she just got a promotion, so she's very involved with that. And then that's me. Like then Sanders, like, okay, you are going to take our finances. And for me, talking to tenants and running spreadsheets is like, nope, I don't want to do this. I run like the devil run from the cross. But it's a reality that I have to face. And that was like in the like my front cortex. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What are the things that I can do to solve this? Well, there's a bunch of options like technology and AI and softwares that are already made to solve this problem. And I found a solution. Yeah, but it's going to cost. Okay, but what do I want? To save that little bit of money and then have to do something that I despise, or I change the mindset and I take advantage of the technology to solve the issue for me. Great. I'm going to take advantage of the technology. And another thing that I talk often with individuals that I connect, you got to do journaling and you got to be intentional. And I see myself with my journal open, I'm going to write. And then I start usually with gratitude. I'm grateful for the day. I'm grateful for the Sunday ahead. Oh my goodness, Sunday, I forgot to, and in my mind, like it goes like this. Okay, I'm grateful for the Sunday I had. I'm grateful that I had an opportunity to talk to my business partner. Oh my goodness, I have to have a meeting this morning. Oh my goodness, did I connect with my employees to tell them that the meeting is at 8 o'clock? Oh, I forgot. Oh, I'm hiring and I forgot to post the job on the OnTrack website. Okay, let's go to the OnTrack website. Oh, yes, but I need a job description. Yes, but the lady, the consultant that we hired, she sent me the job description. Okay, let me open her email. Oh my goodness, she sent me another email already asking me some other questions. Okay, let me answer these questions. And then like 5 minutes in, I'm like, what did I start doing again? Like I went like so many different directions. It's like in a split seconds. So then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do journaling today. I'm gonna read. And then, yeah, the problem is not changing the habits. The problem is your systems. I was like, oh my goodness, I know this. And why am I not freaking doing it? Why am I not doing it? Because we want to. Julie's asking me if I'm sure that I'm not. But like, and Janet, my wife, she always teases me about this because I like my attention span is like this. I'm like, okay, I looked at, oh, a squirrel. Oh my goodness, a fly, and I just go like this, right? Like I'm always thinking on the bigger picture and I don't look into the details. It's like, wow, so I need better systems. But I have a system. Why I'm not using the systems? Because they do work. For you this morning is this. Oh, and before talking about the questions, here I am. You see, I start talking about the challenge that I have this morning. Then I start talking about my journaling, but I went back to that first conversation. So the conversation today is that you got to make a decision. Are we going to keep this 20-unit apartment building in our portfolio? Are we going to list for sale? Are we going to bring other partners? What are we going to do? Because, oh my goodness, this is a $2.2 million problem that we have to solve. And then last night, I reached out to a friend of mine who made a post on his social media, and I was concerned. So I reached out to him, like, hey, I just saw your post. Is everything okay? And then he said, no. Oh, wow. This is a guy that will, no matter what is happening, he always says, yes, things are great. And I said, okay, can we connect? It's like, not right now, text only. And like sharp. And usually he's like goofy as well. It's like, okay, something's going down. Okay, dude, spit it out. What's happening? It's like, yeah, I'm just going over my documents because on Tuesday I'm meeting with my lawyer and I'm filing for bankruptcy. It's like, oh, what? So he purchased some projects in the Caribbean, in the United States, and he is $25 million deep. And I'm like, wow, I'm losing my sleep over 2.2 million. And here I have a close friend of mine losing his sleep over 25 million. It's like, well, but this is perspective. It's like, no, I agree with you because somebody that I know is the biggest landlord in Toronto. 3 guys, they are 3 partners with over 1,000 doors. And they're also last week filed for bankruptcy on a $200+ million liability. Like, whoa, it's about the perspective. Now, should I ignore the challenge that I'm going through? Absolutely not. But then what am I doing to then solve and turn the key in my mind, and instead of support the pressure and suffer with that support? No, I can handle pressure. No, I don't want to handle the pressure. I want to change the way that I see, so I am going to pursue a different outcome. And to do this, I need to have the humility to come to my peers and say, guys, I need help. I need a fresh perspective because I can't see clearly. It's like foggy and I don't know what to do. And a lot of times you guys will go through this. As you start taking action and you start seeing the results, people that are watching you, there are different types of individuals. Some people are looking like, let's see if this person is legit. And they're just looking for a flaw to say, I told you so, I knew it was a fraud, and blah, blah, blah. But I don't care about these people. You have the other people that say, oh my goodness, I'm looking and I want to do something with him. So they're watching to say, okay, so I don't want to disappoint these people because I wanted them to come and participate in my projects. And then you have this other group of people that they're looking up to you. And this is the most dangerous ones. Why? Because they will put you in a pedestal. And as they put you in a pedestal, now you're like, oh my goodness, I have some influence over these individuals. So I can't fail because, I mean, look at them. And this is a dangerous place to be because once you're in that place, we start feeling that pressure of loneliness and oh my goodness, is so lonely at the top, which I don't agree with this statement at all. And that's when in my journey, it's like, no, hey, guys, I know we are talking and we're watching, but I need help. Like, this is what I'm going through. Give me some perspectives. And some of these individuals, have you tried? They say, have you tried this? Huh? How? Wow! Why I didn't think of it? Right? And that's the another thing. I made a post on my Facebook, and somebody asked the question: if you could give an advice for somebody that is starting their career as investors, what would you say? And then I look to my personal career and I say, based on what I know today, which I'm still learning a lot, but I learned a few things. I will say, don't be dissuaded or don't fall into fear of missing out. Because opportunities, they are like buses. If we miss one, guess what? There's another one bus coming. Oh yeah, but Sandro, the bus they stop at 2 a.m. No problem. At 4 a.m. they started again. So just gonna wait for a few more hours, but there's always another bus coming. Opportunities are the same. Don't despise the small beginnings. We hear individuals that are doing certain things for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. Guys, do this way and let's take action, massive action. Hey, you want to go big? No, wrong. Go bigger. As a matter of fact, I was one of those. Go bigger. No, no, don't go big. Go bigger. And it's doable, yes. And you can either go steady and have like a marathon outcome, or you can go steep. But when the challenges come, they also come in the same intensity. And that's when you start making these decisions. Where am I going? Oh, Sandro, those are my goals and my vision. But my question for you today, how are you structuring your systems? Again, the dreams and the goals, they will show you your destination, but the systems will show you the path, how to get there. So this is my question for you guys this morning. What are the things that you are doing that are systemizing whatever you are planning in your lives, either in your career as an investor or business owner or in your personal life? How are you doing these things? I would love to hear anybody want to share your peace of mind. I would love to hear your perspective on that one. Anyone? Let's see here. Okay, Julie, come on, Julie.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Um, my biggest one right now is shifting my mindset. Um, you know, it's so silly to say, but I haven't taken the time to realize that what success means to me. I've just done what I thought success meant to me. And the past week, I've realized that success is not what it doesn't mean the same thing to me anymore. So I am changing the way that I see success. Success is not a shoot load of money. It's the freedom that it brings. It's the power that it brings. The power in the sense that you could do what you want whenever you want, and so on. I'm not going to be searching for money. I'm not going to be seeking money. I want money to be seeking me. Because I'm running after success now. Success for me is the freedom.
Like, I love what you're saying, and I have the privilege of building a relationship with Julie for over like a year. We were meeting almost every week before, and now we meet here and there. But I remember in our first conversations, like right in the beginning, Julie, she turned her camera, and on her office, the entire wall was this massive board, like massive. And she was talking about different areas in her life with different pillars, and we had a lot of conversations and restructure some of those. But then from where I'm sitting, and I mentioned this sometimes to Julie, and Julie, thank you very much for being vulnerable and opening the mic. And I'm going to put on the spot on the sense that the motivation behind what Julie was doing was, so she was using a, I'm not going to say tragedy, but a downfall in her own life as a fuel to keep moving forward. And then through so many conversations, she realized that's like, oh my goodness, I'm trying to do this to not impress, but to tell such and such this and that. And I can use this platform to empower other individuals that are in a similar predicament that I am, and why not? And then through these conversations that we had, I also had a moment of self care and self inspection, introspection, meaning, huh, why do I want to be a billionaire? Just to have a B in the front? Like, Who cares actually? Why, why, like money? Like, why am I running after money? Why am I running after wealth? Why am I running after recognition? And then I'm realizing through these conversations that people don't really care. Like, I'm trying to impress people that don't really know me that well, and they don't really care if, I mean, if I succeed, oh, great, another guy that succeed. But if I don't, that's not going to stop their lives. They're not going to come here like, oh, Sandro, I'm so sorry. I'll give you this and that. Absolutely not. And then I was listening to this individual last week on this event that I went, and he said, you know, I was pursuing the riches like crazy. But then I met this guy who didn't have a lot of money. He was comfortable, but he was very wealthy. He was doing things in his personal life that I'm like, oh man, I wish I could do this. For example, this guy decided, so I was talking to Jellyman A, and Jellyman A was talking to me about Jellyman B. Jellyman B, comfortable, he's not rich, he's not poor, but then said, you know what, I'm gonna take off on Thursday and I'm gonna drive down to Florida just because, and then come back on Tuesday. And this guy, the A, very wealthy, financially speaking, like loaded. It's like, oh my goodness, I wish I could do that. But he can't because all the commitments that he has right now is holding him back because it's sort of like controlling. And it's like, so I'm going to say this. If you pursue riches and success, no matter what, like no matter what the cost, you're not necessarily you're going to become wealthy. But if you pursue wealth and success on the sense of freedom, the riches will come. And I'm listening this from a guy that, from my perspective, achieved financial success, business success. In his personal life, is not there. And that's why we're having these conversations, because he's pouring into my life on the financial and the business side, and pouring into his life on how I do life in my personal environment. And then that being said, so Julie, when you look back to that Julie from a year and a few months ago, and the Julie today, and you go back to the goals that you had and all the pillars that we discussed, what success actually means to you now?
Success is the ability to be able, the ability to do what you want, when you want, how you want. And I haven't realized that I have been living that, in the sense that I've been, I don't have to work. I haven't had to work for many years. I have that freedom to do what I want. But I was still looking at my bank account and seeing it going down, of course, a little bit, because, and worrying about the money as opposed to enjoying what I am living right now, being able to drive my daughter to school every morning and pick her up anytime she wants, you know, that is huge. Not a lot of people have that opportunity. Um, and I was thinking of it as, I was thinking of what I was lacking, not being back in France, not being, in that good weather, and all of those negative aspects. Oh, being alone. That's one of the big ones. Being alone to start over again. Because I was in a relationship for 20 years. I was married for 20 years, right? But I was always alone. Even in there, you know.
So it's the
So I'm
perspective,
just
right?
I'm
It's the
just seeing,
perspective.
yeah, my perspective, my yeah, it's just changing, it's shifting. Yeah.
Now, how many people you know, how many women you know that they are alone despite of their relationships? Doesn't matter the relationship, friends or a spouse or a better half, like no matter who they are. How many individuals you know that they are in a similar predicament? And sometimes, with I want to say most of the times, just by sharing your perspective because of the challenge that you've been through can change their outcome. Now, are you voicing this? Are you using the power of social media and all your other media channels to be that voice? Right? That's a question that I ask myself. Am I using wisely the tools that I have to pass this message forward? Right? And then when I think about starting the week, actually, this brings to another point. Why did I start this? Because I am always like, come on, let's go. Coaching calls, like, and people with low energy, they just can't handle it because I'm always like, let's go. And then I'm pushing and pushing and pushing. I'm not afraid of giving hard time, which even though I don't really think I give hard time, I think I'm very gentle in doing so, but always pushing forward. And this for me is a way to tell myself that I am enough, right? That uh, what people see as a challenge, I gotta see as a stepping stone and not as a roadblock, because the challenge, they will be there. Most of us, with all of us on the call this morning, we are all real estate investors. And OMG, what is happening out there? Like, is scary. Now, how are we coping with this? Like, how are we moving forward, right? Julie, I'm so happy you are coming to this realization because I know people with a lot of money that they envy the lifestyle you have, right? There's another individual here in our call, Galit. Galit is this powerhouse, great go-getter. And again, Galit, what I find very interesting is that I was having a conversation with Galit another day and in a very specific theme. And I basically said, Galit, you are so wrong. And I was like you are so wrong because you're self-doubting yourself. Don't self-doubt yourself. You can do this. Come on, let's go. Like, and I was like, just boom. And 2 hours later, I was presented with a challenge. And I'm like, I I can't do this. What? Like, I can do this. And it was almost like if I saw Galit in front of me saying, say what, Sandro? Like, and that's so, like, this is crazy because the perception that we have about ourselves, sometimes they can be jaded. Sometimes I can think, oh my goodness, I think I'm a 10 when I might be 2. But sometimes I think I'm 2 where I'm a good 8, right? And then when you look to the landscape and seeing a real estate, how many of you guys in this call are facing challenges in your real estate investing career? Just raise your hand. There we go. So all of us, or most of us. Now, how are we carrying on? How are we actually dealing with it? Are we asking for help? Do we feel deceived? I mean, I have a confession to make. And a lot of times I feel deceived, right? Sandra, do this. Great, let's go. And it's like, oh, why did I do this? Now I can't change the past, but I can change the future, right? So what are the steps that you are taking to make sure that the outcome will be either a great win or a great learning experience? I'm having a lot of learning experiences, and many of them, they hurt. Like, it's this pain of waking up at 4:30 in the morning. It's like, oh my goodness, I have 5 days to go, 4 days today to go. The month is over. Oh my goodness, 26, 7, 8, 9. 3 days to go. The month's over. And then March comes. It's almost the end of the first quarter. And then I'm looking to my systems. Now, one advice that I received was Steve Cody is a very successful entrepreneur in Ottawa. And he was saying, Sandra, been there, done that. This is a guy in his 60s already, very successful. It's like, but how did you, like, how? It's like, well, when you're putting your systems in place and you have your spreadsheets and things that you're doing in your business, in your real estate, in your personal life, always look the bigger picture. Look the future. Don't just look right now. See, okay, I'm going through this, but this is the outcome. And focus on cash flow. Then you focus on the lifestyle. And then you go after the home runs. But always reward yourself by not losing sight of the destination. Wow, but Steve, I think I'm gonna die. Then I called him on Saturday morning, and I'm like, I'm at the end of my hope. Like, I feel I'm gonna die. So then he called me on FaceTime and said, okay, Sandro, do this. So whenever Cam's in on the camera, if you can put your camera on, I have just a little challenge that was given to me. I'm gonna give the challenge to you. Okay, so put your finger just under your nose, if you can, please. And then you do like inspire, and then you expire through the nose. And then it's like, did you feel this? It's like, what? Did you feel the hot air coming out of your nose? Did you guys feel that? We are good. We are alive. The hope is over when you're dead. While you're alive, we still have the ability to change the outcome. Say, oh, I love this. Okay, so then let's go. And then, of course, having these conversations and having a conversation with many of you guys, I had the blessing of connecting with many of you guys individually, and always gives me that fresh perspective of hope that things will be okay. Like, we're going to be fine. We are going to be fine. So for this week, starting a great note, what are the things that I am going to do towards my business? What are the readings I'm going to do that will help me to take care of my mental health, my mindset, and my self-care? What are the connections I'm going to make to either ask for help or to offer help? So 3 simple exercises. Number 1, if you're not reading, I highly recommend you to either find a good book and read or a audiobook to read. Try to make at least one connection, meaningful connection with someone this week to offer help. Also connect with someone this week to ask for help, which those are 2. And then finally, the last one, what is the one thing you are doing towards your business? Like a decision that you gotta make, that you might be procrastinating and say, oh, I have to do this. Like, funny enough, if you see here in my desk, I have a pile of paper that I've been just piling up because a lot of challenges and letters I'm getting and piling up. And this morning, it's like, I literally open on the table. It's like, I'm dealing with this before going to my office. I'm dealing with this because I got to go to the store. A lot of things to do there, but I'm going to deal with this. And then I am giving this challenge back, right? Again, find a great read and do it, either a physical book or audiobook. Connect with somebody, and please, 2 people, one to offer help, one to ask for help. And what is the one thing you're doing towards your business, health, family, whatever it is, the things that you're working on, that might be a challenge, and you need to take some steps to kind of stop the procrastination. Am I the only procrastinator here on this call? Now, funny thing, I was reading this book about procrastination. The guy said, well, think about, was my wife, she calls me, you are such a procrastinator. It's like, I don't think I am. Yes, you are. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta read something about procrastination. This guy was saying in the book, well, a different perspective, right? Well, things that you really like, think about the things that you really like to do. You just get it done. So what are the things that you procrastinate? Things that you don't really like doing it. Are the hard things that for some people are easy, but for me, it's like, for example, creating a spreadsheet. I hate that. Okay, so then leverage somebody else's time that likes doing it. And then you create a collaborative space, right? Does it make sense, guys? Now I see this beautiful couple in the call, the regular investors, guys. I've followed you guys on social media. I we never had the opportunity actually to connect in a one-on-one, and I'm so grateful to see you guys here this morning. I know Galit personally very well. Julie, a great friend. Marjorie, we connect so many times. Hardip, whoa, Hardip, guys. Hardip is a very quiet and private individual, but follow him on social media. He's doing massive stuff. It's like, Hardip, you gotta tell people. No, 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 just gonna keep to myself. But it's some, he's great connecting on one-on-one. So I highly encourage anyone that is thinking about taking massive action and achieving massive things. Hardip is a great person to talk to. And he can tell the challenges like, oh man, what he's doing, this is massive. I was like, yeah, but look at the challenges. And he's going through. Cheryl, oh my goodness, so many great conversations we had. But you both, this beautiful couple in the call, I would love to hear from you. So where are you guys located? What are you doing? What are the great things you guys accomplishing? What are the greatest challenges they're going through as well?
Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Vanessa Regel, Rager if it's easier. And this is
Felipe.
We are original from Chile and we live in Edmonton. We've been here for about, in Canada for about 12 years now. We joined Wolf Genius about last year, about September, October, something like that. And we were working on a 300 plus unit, taking a look, doing, yes. There's one person that actually belongs to the group that she's not here. That's our tia, our auntie. And challenges a lot because everything is new. It's a lot of information, but we decided not to wait too long to start doing something because basically, like in our head, we were kind of like, we need to actually make an offer before February. When we started, we said that. And we started looking for something, and we found this massive building. We learned a lot. And actually, we share a little bit of our experience in the group. It was an amazing learning experience because we were pushed to learn past to where we were. We were in model 3 or 4 when we started. And of course, you don't have a lot of information. We called a good friend to ask, hey, we're doing this. What would you say? What would you recommend? And he was like, oh, you have a monster in your hands right now. You're going to need to do A, B, C, D. And this is what's going to happen next. And like he explained kind of like, we were like writing down everything. And we said, okay, we need to learn fast. And we decided to move on. And later on, we realized that like in the following models later on, we were kind of like, oh yeah, they're talking about that. We already we had to learn it because we were moving forward with the deal. There were so many challenges, but we learned to ask for help. And because by yourself, honestly, yes, you can. I'm not saying it's impossible. No, but you move so much faster when you ask for help. But at the same time, I loved what you shared because we love to give and take equally because you cannot take or give. It doesn't. It's not balanced. So we learned that some other people, like we have Airbnbs. We started with Airbnbs and we do flips. And some people were actually doing that. And there's always something that that you can share. So keeping the balance between giving and take, I feel that that at least for me was my biggest takeaway.
OMG. Thank you so much for sharing this. Philippe, before I move ahead, Philippe?
Yes. Yeah, well, a year ago we decided to, well, and after actually the expand, we decided to expand our mind this year. Start big. Maybe we're not gonna get something that big, but we realized that the thing Alfonso's saying about expand the mind, it worked. It worked pretty good. So after that deal, now we can, like all the other deals that we're looking at, we can say they're cheap.
Okay, so I can share my own experience, right? And can I give a piece of advice? Actually, just like Sandro, give us a piece of advice. But you gotta say it.
Oh, us giving a piece of advice or what?
No, you gotta ask me.
Oh, yes, please, always.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad you asked. But so one thing that I'm learning on my own experience, we are in a different environment. And like I like cars, right? And I was just having this conversation with my wife. It's like, man, I want to get like such a powerful car. It's like, yeah, but have you ever driven like a fast car? It's like, wow, not this fast. Yeah, so then why you don't try to go on a weekend in a place that you can do like a court and you pay, you kind of see what they do other than jumping yourself into that, because it can kill you. And I'll say this. I started my career as a real estate investor, and I can only talk about my own experience, right? So I started, and then I thought, how big can I go? There's no limit. Can go as big as I want. And then I had this brilliant idea. Oh, I want to go really big, but how fast can I go? I can go really fast too. And I got myself into a massive amount of real estate value. And that's good. Makes you feel good. Makes you feel rich. Until the market changed. It's like, oh my goodness. Look the amount of that I have. Look at amount of the challenges with investors, with lenders and brokers and family members. Like, it's crazy. Now, one piece of advice that probably people gave me, but I didn't hear. Like, I wasn't like, this is a non-sayer. Shut up. I want to keep taking action. But one piece of advice was do one small project, like a small one, on the realm you're going. Learn everything you can that can go wrong and that can go right. And then you just add the extra zero, because then you already did. Like, I bought a 20 unit, and then the lot right next door came along, and they said, was like, I'm going to become a developer. And then I started the process, and I'm going through it. Now, the architect that I was working with me, he's working with me, it's like, have you ever built anything? No. Why you don't do this with this lot? No, because with this lot I can do this. Okay. I didn't listen to my own architect. Now, of course, I'm facing the challenge of it. And again, this is a free advice. Don't listen to me at all. Like, there are other individuals making bigger moves and taking massive action. But when the challenge they come, and they will come, the pain is also like accordingly. For every new level, there's a new devil waiting for, right? As we move to the next steps. And then the idea is that as I get there, I stay there. Now, because of everything that I'm going through, and I was like, I am resilient, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. It's not an option. Therefore, even though if I have to restructure my whole portfolio, which is it's a decent portfolio, but it's too spread out, and I have to reposition, sell New Brunswick, sell Cleveland, sell Florida, sell Brazil, sell like Saskatchewan. Like there are places I've never even been there. Try to concentrate in one place, and why not? I'm not gonna say, oh my goodness, I would never invest in real estate ever again, because I went through the hoops and I got here. So say, okay, there's an extra level waiting for me. You guys are already doing flips. You guys are already doing so you mentioned flips and you mentioned another project.
Airbnbs, we have
Airbnb.
Airbnbs.
Airbnbs. Okay. So I have a challenge for you. Okay. Keep looking to the bigger things and pursuing them, but start teaching people about what you are doing. What brought you here will not bring you there, but will help bring other people to where you are and then where you're going. Because again, it's a way of giving back. What is the easiest way? Have you started a YouTube channel? Have you started an Instagram account about like the Ledger Flippers? Start your own AGTV program. I mean, you know what I mean? Like go on Instagram, guys. You want to do flips, you don't know how to do in this market, that's how you do it. Like start teaching. The more you teach, the more it's like, oh my goodness, I can actually use the same strategy on this massive project. And then things, they start happening smoothly and almost like organically. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Guys, oh my goodness, I'm so empowered by these conversations, and I'm so grateful that you all showed up today. You guys, Julie and you both in Edmonton. Cheryl, also out the West Coast. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for making my day, for joining me in this journey. You'll be every Monday at 7 a.m. here. And before I let you guys go, anybody has a positive and energetic message to bright everybody's week today? Come on, let's go. Galit, you're muted.
I missed the question. What?
The question is, can anyone just bring a positive and energetic vibe to this call before we go with our week?
So now I have to do it.
Yes.
Well, through my journey, I learned that we can do anything. And one very smart and favorite coach taught me to focus on your mindset, and everything else will come.
Love it. Guys, and Cheryl is mentioning here is working a 5-week challenge on an infill project. Amazing. Cheryl, you can do this. Yes, change your focus on your strategy. Don't get stuck. Pivot, repurpose, and move. Julie, Hardeep, Marjorie, Galit, the Ledger couple. Guys, have an amazing week. Stay blessed by the best.
Wait, take a picture.
Yes, let's do this. Okay, I forgot about the picture. Okay, let me take the picture here.
I'm here to remind you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Yes. Have an amazing week. Stay blessed by the best. And please, please, please share. Let's empower each other. Let's encourage each other. The future is bright. I love you all. And
Love you.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, everyone.
The
Thank
power
you,
week.
Cedro.
Let's connect. Let's do this. Guys,
Thank you.
have a great week. Have a great week. Let me stop. Hardeep, thank you very much for coming. This is great. Let me stop the recording here.